Hello, Susan Vincentz here, and we are ready for part 7 of our Google Classroom tutorial series. So we've set up our classroom, we've done a little bit of organization, and we talked about the stream last time that we're going to use that for announcements. Now we're going to move on to several videos about the classwork page because that's the meat of your class. This is where you're going to post assignments. So on my Google Classroom, I'm going to go ahead and click over to the classwork tab. And the first part here in part 7 is we're going to talk about organizing your classroom. Now you can do this as you go, but a good best practice is to have some kind of organizational idea before you begin. Now here at Christian Academy, we've kind of got two different scenarios for you to look at. We have one scenario for if we're doing NTI days, distance learning, and another scenario that gives you a little more freedom if you're just using Google Classroom in your face-to-face class for your students during the day-to-day instruction. So we're going to talk about creating categories or topics. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to this Create button, and this is where we're going to go to do pretty much anything in classwork. So we're going to skip all the way down to the end before we talk about any of the rest of this stuff, and we're going to talk about topics, creating topics. So the first thing we're going to concentrate on is if we're just in the regular classroom doing our normal day-to-day instruction. So I'm going to hit Create a Topic, and you might create topics for subject areas. You might do week, you might do units. So we're going to do a couple of examples. So I'm going to create a topic now for language arts. So that means anything I post on my classroom that is language arts oriented, I'm going to put it there when I create an assignment. So I'm going to hit Add. So now I'm going to have a topic for language arts. And anytime we create a topic, it's going to go over to that left-hand side. And you'll see what the nice shortcut purpose of that is here in a few minutes. Now I'm going to hit Create Topic again. And let's say I'm going to create a topic now for science. So any of my science assignments or science materials that I want my students to have access to, I'm going to hit Add. So notice now that you have sections here in the middle, and then you also have shortcuts here at the left. Okay. Now I might also want to create units. So maybe I'm just using this for science, and maybe I'm teaching my water cycle unit. I might just do Create Topic and do just water cycles because maybe this is my Google Classroom just for my science work. So see the differences? Okay, you can have broad subject areas, or you can divide it into units, or, you know, in the upper grades world, we call those modules sometimes. Okay, so you can do it that way. Now, something else that I want to bring up is when we use classwork and our topics for NTI instruction. Okay, and we have kind of a separate requirement there just to make things a little more quick and efficient for families. So what we want you to do is go ahead and create a topic, whether you end up using it, you know, early in the year or later in the year. Go ahead and let's create that topic. We're going to create the topic and we're going to name it NTI Days. So that topic is always going to be there. Now we might not use it until later in the year, or hopefully we wouldn't have to use it at all, but it's going to be there ready for you to use. And if nothing's there, that's fine. So then what we're going to do is anything that has to do with NTI days, we're going to put underneath here. So for example, if I were going to create an assignment, I'm going to put all of my material. So I'm going to hit Create Material. And I'm going to put Monday, let's say September 4th. And then we're going to put anything, any handouts, any videos from that day, and we'll concentrate more on this in another video. But anything for that NTI day will go there, and then that will post, and we will put it under NTI days. Okay, so then We would create another assignment for Tuesday, September 5th, add anything we want, put it under NTI days, and then again, it would come up under here. So what we've concentrated on here in this video in classwork is hit create, and we're going to create our topics for the year. Now these may change and evolve as you go through, but again, create topic, and you can put subject area, you can put unit names, whatever. Now the nice thing about these is if you hit the 3 dots on any of these sections, you can rename them, you can delete them, and you can even move them up and down. Okay? Or so let's say I want NTI days to be on the very bottom. If I just take that, look how it turns into a hand. If I just drag all the way down my screen, drag slowly, and drop, that'll be on the bottom. And then notice how it reorders them. So now let's say I'm up here on the top and it's showing math. I want to go to my NTI day topic. And this makes it so much easier for the students if they see these over here. And I need to go to NTI days. If we start NTI, they just simply click, and it's going to come up with all of the NTI days material. Then if I want to go back to the water cycle unit, okay, it's going to give me everything I've posted under water cycle. If I go back to all topics, it will show them there. So we're in classwork, we're creating our topics. That's a good best practice of the first thing you need to do. Now, you can create topics as you post assignments also, and we'll talk about that. But go through, organize your classroom, and create your topics, and definitely create that NTI day topic. If you need any help or assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll be happy to assist. Thank you very much.